Welcome to the Sniper Club Library series. The market has been down. This has presented many buying opportunities, and perhaps it's the perfect time to begin a wealth creation challenge. Of course, this is not financial advice. You should always do your own research, and remember with crypto, definitely do not invest more than you're willing to lose. Hey, I want to talk to you today about gamifying wealth creation with levels. Why should we consider gamifying wealth creation? Well, over the years, perhaps even the very best traders and investors have told me two things. One, I should have taken profits. Perhaps we can all relate. And two, I wish I would have bought more. Cycle after cycle, I hear the same thing over and over. Not only have I heard the same thing over and over, I've done the same thing over and over. I think we've all wrong trip out tokens where it went up and came right back down. In fact, a wonderful person in the Sniper Club shared with us, our community, that had made tons of money on a token, over 700,000, only to see it come right back down without taking profits. We've all been there. It's like we were caught in a trance, struggling to hit the sell button. I don't know if you grew up watching Sesame Street, but I did grow up watching Sesame Street. There's this episode where the count hired Ernie to answer the phone. It was such an easy job, and the count said, I want you to answer my phone so I won't have to be bothered while I'm looking for things to count. And Ernie said to the count, you can count on me, but the count warned him, it won't be so easy. And there it is. Ernie's trying to answer the phone, but the count is trying to count the rings. It seems like it should be easy to buy low and sell high. But somehow, when things begin to pump and we see millions in our account, it becomes a big challenge for us. And so this is why today we want to talk about gamifying wealth creation with levels. You see, as you begin to gamify wealth creation, you're going to see that there are many benefits in doing this. I think one of the main benefits, as we just saw with accountant Ernie trying to answer the phone, right? I think that one of the many benefits is going to be we're going to be able to manage emotions. Investing can be stressful and, of course, emotionally charged. By incorporating game-like elements such as levels, as we see here, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, by incorporating levels and milestones, you can make the process more engaging and less stressful. And this is one of the ways we can manage emotions like fear and greed, which otherwise would lead to us making impulsive decisions. So focusing on high conviction tokens, and that's what I like about this process. As we see here, level 1, the goal is a 3x token, perhaps something like Pepe Coin. We start off with $10,000, and we're trying to go from level 1 to level 5, which is $1 million. And when you do it this way, it seems achievable. I think we've all experienced multiple 3x's in this cycle, and perhaps we've all been there when the market came right down like it's doing right now. And this is why I'm excited about doing this challenge now, because one of the benefits of doing a challenge like this, and the challenge I'm calling it gamifying wealth creation with levels, I think one of the benefits is it helps you do out-of-the-box thinking, creative strategies, and it's going to really help you. Perhaps you have your long-term bag, you have your spot trading bag, or perhaps you're doing leverage trading. And so these challenges allow us to focus on a particular strategy, an out-of-the-box strategy to see if we can create wealth. And so I like these levels, and it allows you to focus perhaps just on one token at a time. And so do the research where you're going to identify one token that you genuinely believe in, instead of spreading yourself too thin and you begin to select hundreds of tokens. Some people really do have a lot of tokens. So it makes you more selective and more strategic in your choices, and it leads to a more disciplined investment approach. And it also encourages profit taking. So as you go to level 1 to level 2, you're going to take profits. And that's one of the common pitfalls, as I said initially, that people always say, I wish I would have taken profits. So by setting levels and targets, you can create natural points which you'll reassess and take profits. And this is going to ensure you capture gains and don't let it slip away. It also promotes patience, and you're looking for strategic entry. You're waiting for an entry. You're gamifying your strategy by having clear levels and targets. It helps you stay patient and wait for the most advantageous entry points. Like perhaps we're getting right now in the market, right? You're going to wait for that dip, for liquidation events, for that wick down. And it's a much more structured approach that reduces the temptation to chase quick gains and forces a more calculated investment strategy. And also, by having these levels, it creates a clear roadmap, right? A gamified roadmap to achieve your financial goals. And we all like games, so we stay motivated. We're excited, we turn investing into a game, and not, perhaps you might say, my money's not a game. But no, what we are doing is we within the gamification of wealth with levels, we're creating a more proactive approach to managing our portfolio. And this will allow us to increase engagement and we stick to our investment plan. I think that's what a lot of us do, right? Perhaps you've been doing some journaling or you've outlined an investment plan, but you're not sticking to it. And one of the things this is going to allow us to do is stick to our investment plan, have a systematic review, focus on a growth mindset. So here's the example: only 5 levels to go from 10,000 to a million. And when you look at it, it doesn't seem so impossible, because I show in this bull run, perhaps you've gotten multiple 3Xs, but I feel perhaps everyone got a 2X at some time or another. But we also saw multiple crashes. And so, with this type of approach, more structured, engaging, disciplined, by leveraging game mechanics to manage emotions and focus on high conviction assets, encourage profit taking, foster strategic decision making, we can see ultimately it's going to lead to more effective and enjoyable investment experiences. And so, for example, here as we look here, we talk about level 1, level 2. We're going to be more selective in choosing our tokens. And perhaps you're going to choose tokens that are more aligned to your risk profiles at each level. So here, for example, we start off at the early levels with more aggressive tokens. So like level 1, we started with a more aggressive token because we're not putting as much money. We only put in $10,000 to start, which is a lot of money, right? But I'm just using the example here. Perhaps you might want to start with 1,000, right? So define a series of levels, each representing a specific financial target you aim to achieve, like growing from 10,000 to 30,000 or 1,000 to 3,000. For each level, we're going to select a token that is strategically based on the risk profile and the potential to meet the target. As you progress through the levels, well, it's obvious we're going to have to change our risk profile, because whereas I might put 10,000 into a meme slash AI coin, I'm not going to put 500,000 into a meme slash AI coin. Perhaps I might put that into something much stronger like ETH or Solana. So as we progress through the levels, we're going to adjust our approach to reflect our change in risk appetites and financial goals. And so perhaps you want to have a more aggressive approach earlier on, a more balanced approach at the mid levels, and at the end, we're looking for wealth preservation, right? So at the end, perhaps we're looking for tokens that are more established and not as volatile. And so this is how we benefit with the entire process, where we say as we go from one level to the next level, we are adjusting our risk profile. As we move along in this process, level 1, for example, for many people might start off with a meme, like I have here Ponky and Pepecoin. But level 2, you might start with a stronger token like Pyth and Nair. So the choice is yours, and this is just a suggestion. This is a challenge that I'm doing now. And one of the most important things I think for the challenge to be successful, you want to get a great entry. A great entry is important for success, not only in a challenge like this, but in your long-term portfolio, in spot trading, even in leverage. It's all about the entry, right? We have awesome people at the Sniper Club like Dylan. I mean, his Twitter page handle is the Lord of the Entry. We have great people like Bruce, the chart father, and the Sniper Club is an amazing place where you can get so much support as you do challenges like this. You can reach out to the community, to Simon, to Bruce, to Dylan, to Sheldon, and a lot of the moderators, and you can say, hey, what's a great entry on this token? And I find you're going to get great entries when there are liquidation events or crashes. Of course, as we said in the Sniper Club, there's going to be major advantages. And when you enter, perhaps you might want a dollar cost. Perhaps you might want to have 2 or 3 entries. And you can even diversify your entries. And so in the structure that I'm showing here, it's all based on one token going from one level to the next level. But perhaps at level 1, you might choose 3 tokens. That choice is yours. And then after, we're going to monitor the market sentiment and make sure that perhaps we're going to see an upswing in the market. And I think we're going to close the year strong. When I look at what's going to happen with the Fed, and I think we can say now that interest rates are going to be cut and there's going to be more liquidity in the market, and perhaps the print and press is going to start and they're going to print money. And so this is a perfect time. I'm bringing this video to you in what I think it's a perfect time to really get great entries because the market has been down, but we're expecting to close the year strong. So conviction, patience, wait for your entry. Yeah, I think that is important. Of course, keep an eye on the market's sentiment to see if it's going to shift, and I think things are going to recover here. You're going to stay informed, right? Whatever you do. As we move on, we get to go to the next level. And it's all about your profit taking strategy. You want to take profits. And that's one of the things I'm really excited about this challenge, because this challenge fosters the mindset of taking profits. And when you take profits, perhaps you want to park it into BTC or USDT while you wait for another great entry to go to the next level. And you can add levels as needed. We're treating this like a game. And I think what we are all battling is really the psychology, Perhaps you've played games before. Some of y'all remember the early days like Donkey Kong, or you played a game where at the end you have to fight this big boss, to go to the next level, you have to conquer the boss. And the boss we all seem to have to conquer is our own mindsets, our own thinking. Just like the Count had Ernie to answer the telephone, and you think it'll be so easy to just pick up a phone and say hello. And we think it's going to be so easy to just buy low and sell high. But for some reason, as we see a lot of money in our account, we say it can go a little higher, it can go a little higher. And we think about what are we going to miss out if we sell. And before we know it, we've come right back down to our buy price. And we've missed the opportunity of taking profits. So we're going to have to conquer this big boss. And often the big boss is our own mindset and way of thinking. But one of the beautiful things about gamifying investment, it's going to help us avoid emotional decisions because we're going to stick to our strategy and avoid making decisions based on fear and greed. We're going to take a disciplined approach to investing. And I think this is the key to success. Don't forget to park the bus. And when you park the bus, park it like a sniper. By that, we mean that when you go from one level to another level to another level, so when you take profits at this level here, level 1, you're going to park the bus in BTC or USDT, and you're going to wait for that next perfect entry. And remember what we said, perhaps the perfect entry is when there are liquidation events or crashes. I asked in the Sniper Club community how many liquidation events or crashes you've seen since the beginning of the year, and one person said more than 4. And that's so exciting because this approach only needed, as we saw here, 5 levels to take 10,000 to 1 million. Somebody watching this might say, this is not possible. But we all hear stories of people who turned $1,000 into a few $1,000,000. And we say, why can't this be me? And we try, and sometimes we fail. And perhaps you may not be totally successful with this challenge, but I believe it's going to do some great things in your mindset as you approach this challenge. And I think even if you're not 100% successful, perhaps you'll achieve some success as we move forward in gamifying wealth creation with levels. So don't forget to park the bus and be patient, wait for your entry, have conviction, and you get to go to the next level. And that's a beautiful thing about investing. It all starts off with having your vision, and perhaps your vision is to make wealth that you might be a blessing to your family, or perhaps you have a health challenge. Perhaps you're trying to get money to send your kids to school. Don't lose sight of your vision. And the goal here would be, let's say we're trying to turn 10,000 into a million or 1,000 into 100,000. You have to have a plan. And the plan has been so simplified here. It's about, at one level, having a particular risk profile or appetite, having a clear goal of 3x, not 10x, not 50x, not 100x. Hey, I've seen some X's in this bull run, and I've seen many 3x's. And so this is perhaps more doable than you think. And so at level one, there's a clear goal and there's a plan. The plan is the token, right? Where we're going to get a great entry and we're going to take profits. So you go ahead, and these are just suggestions, ideas that we can think out of the box. Hey, so I have my vision. Don't lose sight of your vision. This is my goal. This is my plan. I take action and I get to achieve success. And that's it. You've made it within the crypto space. You've conquered fears, you face mountains, adversity, challenges, and you get to reap the success of a disciplined investment approach. And that's what we're here to help you with at the Sniper Club as a community. I don't think there is any Discord or community like the Sniper Club. There's so much valuable content on psychology, your mindset, on memes, on spot trading, on leverage trading, all coming together in one place and being done by hitters. People like Sheldon, who had such an amazing story of creating wealth for his family. People like Dylan, who's just a genius when it comes to charting and finding entries. And, as you join the Sniper Club, you're going to find a lot of resources. And I'm there to help you too. As lead researcher at the Sniper Club, we try to identify the best projects, the best tokens that are risk adjusted for maximum gains. Hey, I want to wish you success in this bull run. I know at times like this, when the market goes down, perhaps we feel like to quit. We feel like it's not going to happen for us. We feel like to give up. But that's when everyone feels like giving up, that's when the opportunities present themselves for projects like this, for challenges like this. And so I want to encourage you, do your very best to make the most of this opportunity. Crypto has afforded us such a beautiful opportunity to create wealth. So you've been watching the Sniper Club Library series.